Hi, sir. So last time when the last blast which took place in Hyderabad was this Mecca Masjid Bomb Blast,
Right.
where every newspaper started saying it is in Muslims organization, quote unquote, Muslims organization did it, and then, sometimes later they also put up the Muslim guys' photos and said these are the people in a front page, I suppose. It was a very big column.
Yes.
And every news channel also was debating the same, stating that these are the students who did it, and they were students actually. And then Times of India was one of the newspapers which also published it very openly
Yes.
about this. And when the debate, everything, when the fact finding which Siyasat and civil liberties and with other organizations, when you all conducted fact finding and when you found out, it was Abhinav Bharat. Asimanand came with the statement and it is found that Abhinav Bharat. So that now there was another blast. Yesterday there was a blast, and now again the TV channels debates are happening, but they seem to again play the same game, like saying that it is Muslims organizations have done it. Every channel, Arnab Goswami from Times Now openly claims that it is a Muslims organization, though he never wants to discuss about Makkah Masjid where Abhinav Bharat was included. Therefore, how do you see this one, so this media campaign which is happening right now?
Actually, first thing what I would say is there is no centralized government view or the police view. That is lacking in the Indian system, because anybody who from the police department, if the police commissioner or the director general of police comes on record and says that this is what is there, initial findings are this, because what happens is till the blast occur, nobody says that a blast can occur. As soon as the blast is over, within 1 minute, 2 minutes, half an hour, they claim to say that we have got evidences. There is involvement of terrorists. Like if you talk, when you talked about Mecca Masjid episode also, I think next day immediately, first thing which I would put question here is, why was Director General of Police addressing the media after Mecca Masjid blast? Because he was a Muslim and the blast occurred in Masjid. Because Commissioner takes the entire responsibility in the city here. But first time in Mecca Masjid case, the Director General of Police stepped into the shoes of Commissioner Police and he addressed the briefing. Here, this blast, luckily in this blast, no police officer, no government officer, even the Chief Minister has maintained that after the findings we will say who is there, who is involved in the blast. They have not named it. But however, on the contrary to this, you see the media, TV channels, they have again started blaming. It is probably the module, the way the entire episode has gone, the blast has gone, is probably similar to what Indian Mujahideen outfit does. Of course, whether a terrorist is a terrorist, he will try to have as much damage as possible to the country, state, police, whoever it is. So we cannot just say that it is Indian Mujahideen or Harkat-e-Jihad-e Islami of Bangladesh. We cannot say unless there is investigation, proper investigation done, and then we come to a conclusion.
So other things, when this Indian Mujahideen, this name itself,
Yes.
For example, you have been a strong supporter of Telangana movement also
Right.
in Andhra Pradesh. So that we want to know, tell the audience, what is this Indian Mujahideen? Is that really there, or else is it just a name given by the intelligence bureau or the created? Is it there actually? And if there is there, where is the office and underground office also, where they function? Because, for example, in the Telangana struggle, which students are leading it and with all other supporting it, there is a crackdown by the police, complete crackdown.
Yes.
So that how is it possible to believe that there is there like that?
No, prior to Mecca Masjid Bomb Blast,
Okay.
Indian government, police, or politicians, government is politicians or the police department, they used to say for every incident there is ISI is involved in XYZ incident. But since at that time, during when the blast occurred, Mecca Masjid Bomb Blast occurred, India and Pakistan were inching to closer, and probably there was some kind of friendship being extended by both the sides, India and Pakistan. So that time in that issue, Pakistan's involvement or ISI's involvement was not used, but at the same time they used Harkat-e-Jihad-e-Islam, HUJI, Harkatul Jihad-e-Islami, organization's involvement, and they say that one person, Shahid Bilal, was the name of that person who was supposed to be the chief of HUJI, sitting in Bangladesh, and I will quote the Times of India report that he has seen the entire blast going off in Mecca Masjid on a CC camera or video camera being fixed or something. So this is, they used one Shahid Bilal. If it is Shahid Bilal, it is whoever it is, government, one person is taking on the entire country. What is the country's intelligence, government, army, navy, air force, what are they doing? So now they are saying Indian Mujahideen. Yesterday Karnataka government, they said it is Riaz Bhatkal gang who has done it. Today the government says there is probably a Maqbool or Majaz, one person, he is involved. Now the government says that they have found a hotel where a room was taken on a fictitious name and they have raided the hotel. So just not even 24 hours have passed. The pace of investigation, what the government is doing, what the police is claiming to tell to the press or media, is amazing. If it is really, if there is 100% truth in this, I think they could have prevented the blast also. Now the CCTV footage is there with the government. The DGP office is having the CCTV footage. There are 3 CCTVs there. They can come out with whatever is there in the CCTV footage, rather than just saying that X person is involved, X organization is involved, unnecessary putting a blame on somebody, because already Hyderabad is a very sensitive place. If you talk about just 1 month's episode, Akbaruddin Owaisi's speech, which was how the media showed the speech in, taking that into consideration, now there is just a fuel is required to have a communal flare-up in Hyderabad. And now if you say HUJI, Indian Mujahideen is involved, Majaz is involved, or some Asad Khan is involved, unnecessary putting 100% blame on Muslims. Rather than Muslim, they can say terrorists are involved. Okay, if they have concrete proof, they can say Pakistan-based terrorists are involved, rather than putting that Indian Mujahideen or just naming some individual personalities.
Maybe can I put like this, your answer for that? Can I put like the Indian government on the media basically wants to say it is Muslim who done it, rather than indirectly that is what they claim. Can I say like that?
Indian Mujahideen, they are telling. And
Indian Mujahideen, the names of the people.
Like Advani, I will quote Advani here. Advani used to say, not all the Muslims are terrorists, but all terrorists are Muslims.
Okay.
So it's putting like that. Indian Mujahideen, they say Indian is, of course, Indian is an entity, a name of the country. Then Mujahideen, when you say Mujahideen, it is indirectly pointing fingers towards Muslims.
So one more thing is this, the Arunag Sharma, the Commissioner of Police, he visited the yesterday's temple, Sai Baba temple. So that some of the media report, as far as I know, they said that the bomb was shifted from that temple to the thing. So that how is it possible? It's very ridiculous. No, it shows that as if Commissioner of Police and other state machineries also were.
That's what my first thing was. There is no centralized spokesperson or flow of information from the police side, the government side. Somebody should say, okay, these are the facts, this is what we have claimed, we have moved further, now we are standing at this level. Nobody, everybody, in all the TV channels, newspapers, you see, according to sources, some reliable sources. Who are the source? Nobody wants to be named, yet they say, okay, this is what is happening and this is the outcome. That is the biggest problem now.
Okay. So actually this confession statement of Afzal Guru, the major part was confession statement, which the Supreme Court also rejected it in later part. In the Supreme Court said that confession can be given by anybody. So that do you think the way the media is portraying, the sources which you were saying, for example today if I upload a video somewhere, even if I send a fake email ID, the media or the government can identify me very easily. For example, the Facebook attack which when on Pal Thakre, when a lady was
two ladies
were harassed. Can we imagine that the media, when the media says that we got a source, when the government says we had a source of 2 days before, that Home Minister says now we had a source that somebody, why didn't they do anything? Is it a funny thing or they want to, that is one. Second, along with that, can you also comment that is it a deliberate attempt by the government to confuse the people instead of giving one voice?
No, I think going back to the Mecca Masjid Malegaon episodes, Hemant Karkare was the person who was killed in 26/11 attack by the terrorists. They came, but prior to that, what was Hemant Karkare working on? Hemant Karkare was working on the Hindutva terror network, and he was the person who got lead in Pragya Singh Thakur's case or Major Purohit, Colonel Purohit's case. So he was there, he was involved in that. And why don't we look at the other side of the story? Of course, if it is Indian Mujahideen, yes, you can. Why don't you catch hold of Indian Mujahideen?
If there are.
If there are. Tomorrow you can catch anybody, you can
and say they are
involved. Now there are so many other techniques where you can just follow up from where this has come, where this has gone. Like the CCTV footage, the government, the police should bring the clippings to the public, make use of television channels, newspapers, whoever, wherever, at what best you can to get the most mileage out of it. Get the CCTV footage, finished. You can end the case here.
So last time when Tokadia came here to Hyderabad, I think a couple of times also, he said in one of the speech which was told by the friends that he said Hyderabad will convert into another Ayodhya.
Yes.
So that could you talk about that in this context? Not in this context in particular to bring that, but it's very important to look into the Malagon and Abhinav Bharat's role, because nobody is discussing about that in particular. Let us be very impartial.
Right.
If they have to be impartial, they should bring all of this. So that could you talk about that also a little bit?
No.
And also the media trial during this, when Akbaruddin Owaisi was arrested, the media made a big maligning campaign. Like Arnab Goswami in his own judiciary manner as a Supreme Court advocate, maybe more than president, he said that Arnab Goswami, Asaduddin Akbaruddin Owaisi is a hate monger. When Tokadia's speech came, he never spoke anything as such. So how do you see this when Tokadia coming to Hyderabad and talking?
I think two blunders which Akbaruddin Owaisi made was he commented on 1992 demolition of Babri Masjid Mosque, and second thing he commented on Ajmal Khasab's hanging. So these were the two mistakes. I think, I am not a advocate nor a judge, but I think these are the two mistakes which has landed him in great trouble. Other than that, I think there are more dangerous speeches of Parveen Tukadia or Murli Manohar Joshi or Ram Madhav. So many people are there from the RSS or Hindutva ideology who speak more dangerous than Akbaruddin Owaisi. Only thing is, this man got more media attention and he got into trouble.
Okay. So that this Tokadia coming to Hyderabad and talking about Hyderabad becoming an Ayodhya. And also in the recently there was many of communal tense situation were there for the last at least a year time.
Yes.
That beef was thrown and the temple there was a stealing happening.
That's right.
So there was a streams of incidents. So could you talk about that?
No, Tokadia talking about, I think it is just a political gimmick which Tokadia plays or whether anybody other plays. Because unless they have that whip of communal passion, they cannot get the support of major people. But these unscrupulous elements which are there in the society, political parties, these people are trying to claim that they are getting lot of support from the public. But if you see, whether it was Godhra incident, whether it was any kind of communal passion, I think India has more peace-loving people than any other country, because there are so many religions, around 2000 plus languages in India, everybody living together. I don't think you can find this kind of congregation of people with different religions, different languages living together. But somehow, for their political gains, people like Tokadia, people like Murli Manohar Joshi, Sadhu Ritambara, these people try to use it. They are unable to find. Now they say Riyaz Bhatkal of Indian Mujahideen is involved here. Mecca Masjid case, Swami Asimanand is there. They have found out that Kal Sangra is involved in Mecca Masjid blast, and another two people are involved. Why are they not getting those people to
Finish
the court
case
of
also,
justice?
yeah. Why, sir?
They say they are unable to find him. He was somewhere in Bihar, now he is in Nepal. When you know that he is in Nepal, why don't you go and get him? This is our problem. I think the government needs to have a political will to enact and catch the culprits and book them, put them behind the bars so that they cannot come out. That has to be done. I think major lacking is political will.
So right now, this Mecca Masjid Bomb Blast case, what is happening, sir, right now?
Everything is under investigation.